Backing them up. Back up. Back it up. Just move, man. Move. Guys, I want to say something, and I hope that you hear me and you don't take offense to this. Once again, I hope that you hear what I'm saying without taking offense and just kind of understand my perspective on this, okay? Hey, good morning, folks. Lester here. Today I've come out back to visit with our bigs and see what they're doing on the back pasture, but I thought what was kind of cute is this. So all of these new babies on my dad's side have all come over to visit and meet Gracie. Now Gracie's not real sure yet if she can walk over there or not. Santana has not really given her permission. You know, she's nodding her head, and Gracie's like, okay, you can go, Gracie. Gracie's real curious about it though. But no, all these babies have walked over here and they want to know what's going on with little Gracie. They'd like to make her acquaintance, introduce themselves. You know how it is when you're a kid or when you're adults. Yeah, I guess adults do that too. Someone new comes to the workplace and eventually you all take your time to work yourselves over. Boy, you guys better not look at that fence line though, because there can be a lot of people who's gonna scream and holler about how sloppy that fence over there looks. Now, I did not make this video to get onto my dad. I did not make this video to get onto my dad, but I will say this, that's not my fence. Here's my fence. That would be my dad and my brother, Uncle Dan. Now, if y'all want to get on somebody, y'all get on Uncle Dan. Y'all get on Uncle Dan and get on him hard. Let Jake know that his dad, and Jake, you know what, Jake can come over here and help out too. This fence needs to be redone. And no, in all honesty, this has been an ongoing project, this back property. So I'm not sure if I've ever really laid this out. My God, look at the blackberries. Man, if Jamie knew about this, guys, she'd be over here right now. And I think I said before, Jamie doesn't take them home and wash them. Jamie will just reach right over, grab one, and go right to her mouth. Poof! That's bitter. Yowzer. That's the kind of bitter that would give me a little canker sore. No, so all of these are Billy's offspring. And they've all come over to say hi to Gracie and see if she wants to come play. Of course, Billy wants to see if Santana wants to come play. That's horrible, Billy. You need to just walk away. You know, I don't really know exactly if Billy's not showing off all of his babies. How pretty his babies look. My God, that in there does not look like a little Huey. If that there does not look like a baby Huey from a couple of years ago. Man. No, so Billy's showing off his babies. Of course, Tex can't show his off because Tex, poor guy, is stuck. Tex is stuck way over there in that front pasture. He's stuck on his... Oh, you're trying to call Gracie over. I don't think Gracie has any interest in leaving mom yet. Gracie's quite a bit younger than these guys. You can tell from the size of them that, you know, Gracie's only a couple of weeks old. These babies here, now I don't know the exact date any of these guys were born, but they're several months old already. Several months old. You can just see how filled out they are. And of course, my dad will take all of his heifers and he'll take and move them to that front pasture beside my house when they're a year old. Yearlings is what we call it. When they're yearlings, he'll move them out. Now, Gracie's just gonna stick close to mom and big sister, and she's good with that. For now. For now. I come by and I dropped off a little bit of feed. I don't feed a whole lot this time of year. Guys, there's so much green stuff. And so here's what I've learned. Whoa, watch it, Pearl, baby. This is what I've learned. Animals are just like us. Y'all ever go to a buffet and you eat way more than you should? Seriously, you go to a buffet. Pearl, why are you following me around, baby? I'm done. So don't you put my eye out with them things. You go to a buffet and you always end up eating more than you should. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. And so what sort of happened is that I've kind of been guilty of that. Hold on a second. Let me turn this side by side off. Look at that. Ain't it pretty? We got some things in the mail. I got this letter. I haven't opened it up yet. Can't wait to read that. Got us a nice banner. It's real pretty. Has some Bible scriptures on there. I'm going to give that to Ellie. No, man, you go to a buffet and you find that you end up eating a lot more than you should. It's just too easy to not go back and then go back again. And then at some point, if you're like me, you actually wish they'd find a wheelchair to roll you out to the truck in because it's too hard to walk. And if you're really like me, you get in the truck and you're like, can I just take a little nap here first? And the rest of your day is ruined. So what I've noticed about these animals is this. If I allow them to have a meal in the mornings like I do during the winter months, they really don't have a reason to ever leave the barn. And they will. Guys, I'm not trying to call these guys lazy, but what they will do is spend the entire day hanging around the barn, waiting for their afternoon meal. And in that process, letting all of this beautiful green stuff go to waste. Can't have that. We can't have that. You know, a part of the reason that we raise and even will continue to breed some of our animals, our big animals, or even the goats, is because we need their help in keeping these pastures cleaned off. Guys, I think that Gracie has finally found the nerve to walk over and say hello. Oh, she's still pretty skittish. She's not real sure about this. And I bet you that Tex has already had a long talk with her. And that talk goes something like this. You keep your eye on your mama. You never let mama out of your sight. I don't know if that's how Tex would talk, but I sometimes do that. I imagine what an animal would sound like if it had a human voice. So yeah, they're all trying to draw her a little closer. They want to have a little peek at her. She is so pretty and white. Jamie made a video about this a couple of days ago, so I'm not going to try to steal Jamie's thunder and take away her video. Oh, actually, she's going to find her a place to lay down right there. What she's found is an old roll of hay. And that thing's been eaten to the ground. All you see on the ground there is a little bit of the leftover wet hay and a little bit of the old string that was underneath it. And she's going to plop down right there and have her little nap. My mom eats behind me. Anyway, what I was saying is that I do bring a small snack down to let them know that I love them and just check on them. But I have stopped giving morning feed times because if I do that, these guys will spend the entire day up in that barn on April sometime. And now they have to come down and get most of their nutrition right here off of Mother Nature. And there is a lot that Mother Nature provides. We are very blessed for that. Gracie's laid down over there. Oh, I bet you all them little heifers, those little females right there are just checking her out, and they have some jealousy. Man, they got some jealous issues. Hey, all the snacks are gone, baby. I poured the whole bag out. All right, let's get on out of here. Everything's good. All the babies are okay. The flies are not too bad. That's what I also come in and check. And yeah. All right, so I went ahead and opened the card while I was here. I wanted to go ahead and include this in this video. This comes from a really nice folks. I think it says Kentucky. Just to say I'm thinking about you and to thank you for all that you do and for sharing as you do each and every day. Watching you guys brings me so much joy. Bless all of your bigs, your littles, and you and the family. Maybe this will help in some of the vet bills. And guys, may God keep you all cuddled in his loving arms. She sent this little cute thing here, and she sent a cashier's check. Guys, I want to say something, and I hope that you hear me and you don't take offense to this. Once again, I hope that you hear what I'm saying without taking offense and just kind of understand my perspective on this, okay? Hear me when I say this. I would rather you guys not send money. You have helped me so much in my life ever since my, well, I refer to it as my rock bottom from Hurricane Harvey. You have helped me heal, is a good word, because it losing all that stuff put me into a really bad place. All right, maybe I've always had episodes of finding myself in a bad place. Maybe I've always struggled a bit with finding myself in a bad place and bad places in my mind, I'm saying. And I've always kind of tried to cope with that best I could. But I'm okay now. And even though you still find yourself on certain days struggling and you don't know why, I can slap myself in the mirror and say, Lester, what's wrong with you? Look around, man. But I'm back on my feet, y'all. I am back on my feet. If that is not more obvious from able to, you know, replacing the house that was lost, the barns that we've been able to build, been able to finance the new tractor, all of the babies are very well taken care of. You send us baby, hold on guys. I mean, I was having a little bit of a heartfelt moment here. And I'm just gonna take my backside and push him out of the way. There we go. Thank you. Everything here is good. And I would rather you guys take your money and spend it on yourselves. The folks that support the page financially, I understand why they do it. I totally get that part about sometimes there are people in this world that get a blessing from giving. And I'll be honest, I don't know what I would have done without people coming to my rescue and finding themselves giving when I needed it most, when I had nothing. But I'm okay now. Jamie works, I work. We have, you know, even more than that, even next year when I stop teaching, guys, I still have the Facebook and the YouTube videos, and they're making money for us now. I mean, we ain't getting rich, but but all the bills are getting paid. No one's getting rich, but guess what? All the vet expenses are being taken care of. We got plenty of feeds. Our field has a nice thick crop of hay ready to be harvested. That means we're gonna have winter feed along with the few things that we'll buy to supplement. And so I just need you to understand that how do I say this the right way? The things that you write in your comments, the things that you sit down and write on a handwritten card like this lady did. Where'd it go? Oh my gosh, I thought one of the horses had taken it. That means more to us. You know, the emails that you send and the messages and just that kind of stuff, y'all. If this is gonna sound stupid to y'all, and this is not gonna make sense to y'all because you're gonna think that I'm being ungrateful and selfish. But what I need more than money is just encouragement. Man, I'm gonna get all emotional in this pasture for no reason. Get out of here, you're making me cry, Voodoo. If you wanna do something for me because you love me and you like me, which I've learned are two different things. I don't want and I don't need your money. But what's going to keep me going are your words, because I might struggle with that part of my life more than anything else. God darn it, Lester. Lady from Kentucky. Why'd you do this to me? I was having a good morning. Y'all ever wonder what Uncle Raleigh and Joanne think? They walk out on their porch to have a cup of coffee and they look across here and see Lester crying. I think they're pretty used to seeing Lester with a video camera in his hand, talking to himself. Well, I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to y'all. Today they're sitting over there and they're watching me cry in the pasture. I'm not crying. I'm not, oh, you will never see me cry again. Now, I sometimes wonder what Uncle Raleigh and Aunt Joanne think about when they look over here. Well, listen, here's how crazy it is. Let me take my nephew, for example. So that's my Uncle Raleigh, so I'm his nephew, right? Okay, so let me just talk about my nephews. I have seen Jake. Let's take Jake, because you all are getting to know Jake. I have seen Jake get bit. All right, I've watched Jake get bit by a possum, where his hand is bleeding. Okay, those teeth cut into him. I have seen Jake. Well, Jake's had operations and surgeries. He had a little issue with something inside of his inners when he was younger. Man, I have seen Jake go through some stuff. Jake has gone to them woods and not come back for a couple of days. Jake, I guess like my dad, you know, I have seen Jake take some serious physical pain, all right? And yet I've never seen him cry until about a week ago. This is gonna be crazy. Y'all may not feel the same about Jake after y'all see this or after y'all hear this video. But listen, I watched Jake get a package in the mail. And I forgot the lady's name, but somebody sent Jake some cookies and a letter. And Jake is sitting there and he opened that package. He was so excited, man. He was so excited to get that package. And he opened it up and it was these cookies. And he didn't understand why. And then he finally got the card. And he started reading the card, and it said, "Thank you for saving, you know, Santana and that beautiful baby." And all of a sudden, Jake, all right, this is Jake. You all know Jake. All of a sudden, Jake, the same guy who's been bit by possums, who's been cut open a couple times in his life, who's been wrapped up in barbed wire and chased by cows and everything else, the guy who's lived in those woods for a couple of days at a time, Jake starts to cry. And you don't know what a shocker that was to me. Leave Pearl alone. Pearl's no longer the baby. Man, and so whenever I know that Uncle Raleigh and Aunt Joanne, I know they have seen Lester go through some stuff. I know they've seen Lester, man. I've gone through some stuff. They've seen me beat up and pushed around and on the ground and thrown off horses and everything else. And then all of a sudden, they have to see Lester. Oh my God. Oh, kidding. They've seen Lester go through some stuff. But now they got to see him cry about it. Man, I was standing in some ants. I'm not going to cry about that. I just don't want them on my legs. They're all inside my boot now. Okay, well, Lester's going to walk home barefooted because I don't want to have my legs eat up by ants. No, it's funny and it's hard to see a grown man cry. And poor Joanne and Uncle Raleigh have to sit there and stare across their pasture and see Lester out here crying. You've all witnessed that once or twice. Man, get away. You're trying to mess with everything. I do love you. You know it's true. I prove it every single day. But I'm going to say this again. I don't know if this is going to come out right. And this whole video is going to be all thrown off. Now, the whole point of the video was Pearl not Pearl, was Gracie being able to make the acquaintance of some little friends. And now it's all turned into how much I need you, but not your money, just your words of encouragement and your words of affirmation. Man, okay, I gotta get out of here. This is a good place. This is gonna be the time I stop this video. Thank you so much, guys, for everybody. We appreciate your gifts and your offerings and your blessings and all the ways that you send them. But yeah, but don't feel like you ever have an obligation to do that. And I promise you something. And I'll say this, and this is where I will end it. I promise you something, and this is where I'm going to end it. If we ever find ourselves in a tough situation where something goes awry and life puts a hardship on us, and we're not making our bills, we're not paying our bills, and we need a little bit of support, move. I promise you, I will find a polite way to ask. I will find a nice way to ask. But you write this down and you remember this. Lester and Jamie will never ask you for money. We took this on because it's what we wanted to do, because we have a love and a passion for animals. We have both been at a place in our lives, a rock bottom, if you will. And so we've tried to help animals out of theirs. We can't do a lot to help people out of theirs unless you consider these videos a way of support. Because I do. Stop. I'm going to stand right here and just have to guard this side by side. I know y'all can't focus on the thing I'm saying right now. But Lester and Jamie will never ask for your money. And don't you ever feel like you have an obligation to send money because of the fact that you enjoy the videos. You watch the videos, and that means in the process, you watch an ad or two. You comment on a video, you share a video, you like a video, and that means that you've engaged in that video, which Facebook and YouTube say, hey, this must be a pretty good video. Look at the number of views. Look at the number of shares. I'm not hitting them. I'm just loving their faces so they'll leave all the feeds alone. Listen, if I don't, they're going to start biting on stuff. They'll chew that up. They'll just start grabbing everything. This little note that I just got. And I got things back here they can't be chewing on. This is dirty, y'all. This is nasty. I'm going to drive away, people. I'm going to drive away. But don't feel any obligation. Move, man. Backing them up. Back up. Back it up. Just move, man. Move. Okay. There. I feel better. Got that off my chest. All right. I'm out. Thank y'all for loving us.